Buddha.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing this morning? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Hopefully, you're all having a good day, having a good morning, having a great week. We're almost at the end of the week. It is June 13th. We're almost halfway through the month. Can you believe it? We're almost through like halfway of the year. It is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but time is flying by fast. This year is going by fast, but let's enjoy what we can get out of it, right? So obviously the Yankees are winning games. They just guaranteed the series win against the Kansas City Royals. So I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised. I'm surprised that the Royals weren't giving us a lot of competition. Let's be honest. The Royals, we've talked about it, right? At least I've talked about it with other people. They had a great offseason. Made some acquisitions, but the Yankees are just completely dominating them in this series. And the Yankees have been dominating the AL Central. They're 17-1 against the AL Central this year. So the Yankees are killing it right now. 49-21. I mean, what more can you ask for? But shout out to everybody in the chat. What is going on? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share this out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're watching this on X, if you're liking this channel, if you're liking the stream, come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this channel up to 700 subscribers. Any support is greatly appreciated. And I'm going to shout out the chat real quick. What's going on? Nosebleed section, what's up, man? How you doing? What's going on, Nosebleed section? Shout out to you. Ken, what's up? What's going on? How you doing? I see a little debate going on here between Ken and Nosebleed section. I love it. And Nosebleed section, thank you so much for the kind words, man. Thank you for the $2 super chat. It is greatly appreciated. And then to my guy, Ken, who's one of my other great supporters, one of my best supporters out there, one of the best subscribers, my man Ken, who's always bringing the baseball knowledge and likes to bust people's balls, but I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. But thank you for the $5 super chat, man. You're awesome. Ken and I, we talk often off the stream, of course. We stay in touch, and so it's always great to talk to Ken about whatever it is. Ken and I have some good discussions. Jonathan, good morning. What's going on, Jonathan? How you doing? What's up? Hey, Jack, what's going on, Jack? How you doing? What's going on? Hey, Dev Finch, what's up, Dev? How you doing? What up? And we got my guy Jordan in the building. Let's go. What is going on? So, yeah, shout out to the chat. How's everybody doing? And to answer everybody's question, in case they were wondering, I am going to have an open panel. I did put it in the comments, so be ready for that. I'll probably put the link in about 30 minutes, so anybody who wants to jump on and hang out and talk baseball, talk Yankees, and we could talk about the trade deadline, even though it's a little ways away. It's something worth talking about because there's been a lot of names that's been mentioned, especially with the Yankees. I have an idea of. I want to say I know what they need, but we'll see who they go after. It'll be interesting to see what Brian Cashman does. Of course, I don't know if you all watched Foul Territory, but Ken Rosenthal was talking about the Yankees, and he was saying that, that he expects the Yankees to be aggressive during the trade deadline. But 50-20, I'm seeing 49-21. They'll go 50-21 after today's win, right? We expect the Yankees to win. Even though Nestor Cortez is pitching, and we know how Nestor Cortez can be pitching on the road, but you all let me know what you think. Today's game is going to be an early game, so that game is going to start at 2:10, so it's an early afternoon game. After they wrap up the series with the Kansas City Royals, then they go to Fenway to play against the Boston Red Sox. So we'll see how the Yankees do against Boston. They're not having a great year right now. I mean, they're a 500 team as of right now. They got a 34-34 record, 14 games out of first place with the Red Sox. But we'll see what happens. And I see Jake Boss in the building. What's up, Jake? How you doing? But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on X, come over to X and let's and hit that subscribe button and join in on the conversation. It's always a lot of fun in here. We have some good laughs, talk good baseball. Everybody brings their takes, which is the best part about this whole thing. So, and I always appreciate it. Stephen B, what's going on? But let's talk about this series with the Royals. Oh, you asked what more I wanted. Yeah, well, I get it, Ken. I get it. You wanted them to be 50-20. I wanted them to be 70-0, right? So I wanted them to have 0 losses, but hey, we can't have what we want. We can't have what we want, right? What we asked for. just joking, man. Doing good. Ready for a nasty Nestor sweep of the Royals? I hope so, man. A sweep would be awesome. I'm glad we got 3 out of 4. My prediction with Kansas City was a split. I'll be honest, just because it's a 4-game series and they were playing on the road. But they have, in this series, again, they have just been dominating the Kansas City Royals. Everybody's they've just were putting on a clinic. You're seeing great performances by Trevino, Giancarlo, Anthony Volpe. The whole team has just been playing exceptionally well. A fun little fact: the Yankees are leading the majors in first inning runs with 57. So they have scored 57 runs in the first inning. They are leading all of Major League Baseball in that. So like I said, they're on a roll. They're on a roll. So let me know what you all think about that. I think I would say the Yankees should win today. I don't see why they wouldn't, but I believe I know Nestor Cortez is on the mound today, and let me see who he's pitching against. Let's see. Oh, your 50-20 record means that we split with the Dodgers. I got you. I love for him to go out there and get funky with the delivery. He should learn the knuckleball to mix in once in a while. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some of his pitches seem, slow. Like when it goes to when he throws it to the plate into the strike zone, it's like some of those pitches. I'm just like, oh my god, those are so hittable. And some players have some success off of it, and let's just hope that he pitches a good game against the Royals. I think he will. But today's pitching matchup, though, like I said, it's Nestor Cortez. I want to get the other name that's in here that he's going up against. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. So he's going up against... He's going up against Alec Marsh. That's who he's going up against. So Alec Marsh, so far this season, he's played in 11 games. He's got a 5-3 record with a 4.05 ERA, with a 1.17 WHIP. The Yankees should be able to do well against him. They should be able to do some work against him, but we'll just have to wait and see. He's a right-handed pitcher, just in case anybody was wondering. So it's a lefty versus righty today. Nestor Cortez's numbers right now, he's at a 3.68 ERA with a 3-5 record. So he's very, Nestor, as we know, he's up and down with his performances. On the road, he's not great. At home, he's better. So let's hope he has a better outing today compared to when he went out and pitched against the Dodgers. But I think that he will have a good performance. I'm confident in him, but let me know what you all think. And, like I said, 3-5 record, 3.68 ERA. He's got a 1.12 whip. So, those numbers, 3.68. I mean, it's not, I'll say this, it's not bad, all things considered with Nestor. So, the Yankees ERA with the starting rotation, I mean, it's one of the best in baseball. I mean, even without Garrett Cole, even without Clark Schmidt, I mean, they're still playing well. Cody Poteet yesterday, he went out, had himself a good game. I can't, I don't know about you guys, but I feel good about Cody Poteet. I like the type of performances he's had so far. He's been pitching extremely well, in Clark Schmidt's absence. So, he's going to be the guy that's going to be in the rotation as of right now until Clark Schmidt gets back, which we know Clark Schmidt, he'll probably be back around probably after the trade deadline, right? So, he's not gonna be throwing the ball here for a little while. Then he'll probably start ramping up, get some rehab starts, and then, make his way back into the rotation. And then, it'll be great to have him back. I like Clark Schmidt. He's been having a good year, but Cody Poteet's been a good replacement for him so far, right? And I'm liking Cody Poteet's performance. But again, folks in the chat, let me know what you all think about Cody Poteet. I feel like he's been good, and I think he's going to continue pitching well for this team. Yankees too. What's going on? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a good morning. Hopefully you're having a good week. Let me know. So let's see what's Jake Boss saying here. He's saying love Nestor, but he's not a number one, a fun back of the rotation guy. Generally gives us a chance to win. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Yeah, he's not an ace or anything. Not a number one guy. Definitely a back of the rotation. He's like more of a number 4, number 5 guy. Gives us a chance to win. He does. In some games. Other games he's hittable, unfortunately. But other games he shows up. Schmidt will definitely get his rotation spot back. As soon as he gets back, he will get his spot back. What happens with Cody Poteet? I mean, who knows? I would think they would put Cody Poteet in the bullpen if I had to take a guess. But then, what happens with the rest of the rotation, right? I mean, that's a discussion that we have had countless times. But we'll see what happens. As far as like the trade deadline goes, I think the Yankees are going to target, they're going to target 1 or 2 arms. I feel like, so I think they'll definitely target a lefty. They have to target a lefty. Caleb Ferguson, he's not great. Let's be honest. And then Victor Gonzalez. I mean, I like Victor Gonzalez better. He has his good moments, Victor Gonzalez. So I don't mind him, but the Yankees do need another lefty in the bullpen. And there's some names that are out there. A lot of names were mentioned. Another area where the Yankees could focus on is either, first base or third base. And, for those that are wondering, I know a lot of fans want DJ being traded or DFA'd, which is not going to happen. Anthony Rizzo, same thing with him. He's not, they're not going to let him go. As far as Anthony Rizzo goes, he could be a guy that they put on the bench. And they may not necessarily trade for a first baseman. There's a lot of talk about Ben Rice, who is killing it in the minors right now. And yeah, I know he's not on the 40-man roster, so they would have to make room for him. But he could be a name that could get brought up, and he could be playing first base. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm just based on a lot of the things that I'm reading right from other people that he could be an option. Third base, there's a few names that people are throwing out there. Folks are saying Ryan McMahon. I think he would be a great option. I just don't think the Rockies are going to trade him unless if the Yankees made him an offer. And then there's also, people have mentioned Alex Bregman and Nolan Arenado, but that's I'd say no way to that. No way to those two guys. Arenado's too expensive, and he's a little bit older now. And as far as Bregman, I mean, I there's no need for Bregman. There really isn't. He's in his 30s, so some fans complain about the players being too old and they need to get younger. So what's the point of adding Bregman to that? But we'll see what happens. What's Jack saying here? He's saying we need another starting pitcher to back up Nestor. I don't think he'll make it to the deadline. Get Tanner Scott and Halsey of St. Louis, and if possible, Brendan Donovan and Ryan McMahon. Any two of them, I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, Halsey would be awesome. Tanner Scott, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. There's also Cronin. He's another good pitcher that I wouldn't mind. Brendan Donovan, Ryan McMahon, any two of them. Yeah, I don't see St. Louis dealing Brendan Donovan, although he, just like Ryan McMahon, he comes with some years of control. I just don't know if any of those guys are going to be traded. But again, if the Yankees make an offer that these teams can't refuse, maybe they do. Accept an offer from the Yankees. So, we'll see what happens. But, again, Ken Rosenthal on Foul Territory said that he expects the Yankees to be aggressive, and I think so too. I think there's a couple of areas that they're going to address, particularly with the bullpen. I think the bullpen is going to be the one area that they're going to really target, which we all know the Yankees do a good job of getting. They get a pitcher with a 4 ERA or 5 ERA, and then they either sign him or trade for him, and then Matt Blake does his magic. Shout out to Matt Blake. He's been an amazing pitching coach, and he's done really good with these guys. Some guys don't pan out, but it is what it is. Obviously we know Dennis Santana didn't pan out, and he got picked up on waivers by the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is funny because Pittsburgh Pirates seem to be getting all the old Yankees pitchers. So, Dennis Santana, Aroldis Chapman, Domingo Germán, Luis Cessa. It's so, they're picking up all the pitchers some of the pitchers that the Yankees have had. Joan is saying Potito's okay, but got away with bad pitches last night. Probably, yeah. I mean, if he's going to get away with bad pitches, you could say the Royals were the right team to do that with. Any other team, probably not. Poteet, the jury's still out. Don't know how he will do after July. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. So far, Jack, like I said, he's doing well. I mean, he's pitched well. He pitched well in when he pitched against the Guardians, that game where he got called up, he pitched really well there. Then, he pitched well against the Giants. He didn't do bad at all against the Dodgers. He was holding his own against Yamamoto. Him and Yamamoto were having, they had the same pitch count. Unfortunately, he got, they worked him. The Dodgers bats worked him. They got his pitch count high. The Yankees could have done the same thing, but, they didn't. And then the game yesterday, he did his job. He did what he had to do, but that's my take on it. Jake, you're right, Joan. He did get away with some pitches last night. He did, no doubt. Yeah, I know a lot of people saying DJ to the bench, and then Rice and Rumfield are ready. Yeah, I know Caleb Durbin is hurt, so probably Lombard. Well, Lombard is, I think it's going to be a little while till he gets up here. He's still young. He still needs to develop. But I do like Lombard. Yeah, they're not going to take on any big salaries. Yeah, there's no way. They're definitely going to go the inexpensive route if as far as trades go. So, and they'll probably just utilize some of the guys that they have in the system. Good morning, Sierra. How you doing, Sierra? What's up? What are we saying here? Shout out to Cody Poteet for 3 good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, again, he pitched against the Guardians, did well. The Giants, he did well. The Dodgers, even though they lost that game, to the Dodgers, he still pitched well in yesterday's game. So he's had a few good starts. Absolutely. If you're talking about Matt Chapman, no. I mean, I understand. I respect your opinion here, Yankees too, but I don't want Matt Chapman. I'm good on Matt Chapman. Yeah, Lombard is 18. He's got a long ways to go. Tanner Scott, AJ Puck, those are possibilities. Also, Nardi is another good option. The Yankees could go after. So we'll see what happens. Right? There's plenty of pitching options out there. I know Garrett Crochet was another name that was talked about, but he's a starter now. So I don't know if the Yankees could trade for him. He's a possibility. I know the White Sox also, they DFA'd one of their a pitcher. I believe yesterday. I don't know if the Yankees would target him. I got to get his name. I forget his name, but he could be a possibility too. Yeah, Halsey won't be available. They fought their way back into the postseason. They won't be. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that, Ken. Blake is a magician. Indeed, he is. What's up, D-Rod? What's going on, man? The lock is working, D-Rod. The lock is working. Glad to see you here, bro. It's always great to see you. You're my guy, D-Rod. You're my guy. Hopefully you're having a good morning. Hopefully you're having a good day, man. Having a good week. Hopefully your health is in check, bro. Let me know, man. Get in contact with me. You got my number, bro. Fred Yar, Ken Rosenthal about the deadline acquisitions. Ken Rosenthal's a moron. You got to start writing some articles there, Ken. Now some of these proposals that people put out, I'm just like, I don't agree with it. I mean, especially with the whole Matt Chapman thing. I'm like, why Matt Chapman? I'm not really a Matt Chapman guy. He's good, but I'm not wanting the Yankees to get him. Poteet went toe-to-toe with Yamamoto. He kept us in the game, but the offense wasn't there. It was a good 100%, Sierra. You're not wrong on that. Yeah. I think Poteet's good. I think he's good. He's been a good substitute for Clark Schmidt. Or segment, Yanks being aggressive in trade market doesn't mean they will make a big trade. Yeah, being aggressive, I'm not saying they're going to make a big trade. Just because a team is going to be aggressive doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go after like a big star or anything like that. I just think that they're going to make some moves, and particularly with the bullpen. So that's just me. Being aggressive is talking to too many teams to find the right deal. Yeah, right. Again, I do agree with that. I see Jonas Sierra kind of having a little conversation here. I can see him as a back-end guy, Joan. He initially was coming up as a reliever, so that would make – and that's what he's going to be. He's probably – once Schmidt comes back, he'll probably get moved to the bullpen. So, which is not a bad thing. He'd be a good bullpen piece. Yeah, the White Sox are terrible. Yeah, the White Sox are so bad. Oh, my God. They're bad. Reikia channel, what's up, man? 1 win away. The Yankees are playing the Reds. It won't be easy. Taz playing Alex Cora, who owns. Yeah, well, it could be a different story. The Red Sox they're a 500 team, 34-34 record, and yes, for those that are basketball fans, the Celtics are up 3-0. I would imagine they're going to sweep the Mavs. I mean, as far as the NBA championship goes, could care less, respectfully, just because I don't care for the Celtics and I don't care for the Mavs. As far as I'm concerned, both teams can kick rocks. But that's a conversation for a different day. I hope the dysfunctional White Sox don't screw up Thorpe. Yeah, no doubt. I heard Thorpe had a pretty good outing. I heard he made his pitching debut, which, congratulations to Drew Thorpe. I hope he does well. I want him to succeed. I heard he did well in his pitching debut. Jacob Petruzzi. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Shout out to my guy, Jacob. What's going on, bro? How you doing? White Sox GM wants Soto like deal for – yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. I've been saying that the GM needs to kick rocks, and he still does need to kick rocks. He was wanting Spencer Jones for Dylan Cease, which, you all heard me say, kick rocks. Joan Thorpe has a good trade piece at the White Sox. Yeah, yeah, and I hope things work out for Thorpe. Yeah, Athletic indicated that the Yankees' acquisitions at the deadline should be Vladimir Alonso and the second baseman. No, but yeah, okay, whatever you say there, Athletic. I completely disagree with that. I don't want Vlad Jr. Pete Alonso, forget it. And a second baseman, yeah, no. I feel like there is a need at first and third, right? But they're not going to be able to address both in a trade. At least in a trade, they won't be able to. Yeah, Sierra, I was saying this. I don't know how much of the conversation you caught or how much of the stream you caught, but I was saying the same thing. They do need a lefty reliever. Absolutely. Caleb Ferguson, he's not really the guy that we were hoping for. Victor Gonzalez, he does okay. He does all right, but a lefty reliever is absolutely needed. Orioles playing the Phillies. Yep, and we're playing the Orioles next week. And Damian Serrano, Mr. Fly Guy himself, what is going on, my guy? What is going on? Hopefully you're having a good day, man. Hopefully you're having a good morning. Stay cool out there. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, especially in Florida. But all of you, make sure you all are staying hydrated. Drink plenty of water. It is summertime. It's been hot. At least in my area, it's been really hot. I'm sure where you all live, it's probably been the same. But my guy Damien, hopefully you're doing well, Mr. Fly Guy himself. And folks in the chat, real quick, I will put the link out to the open panel, so anybody wants to come on, we can chat. Let's try to keep it to the conversation with obviously the Yankees dominating against the Royals, trade deadline ideas, and just general Yankee stuff, right? Let's keep it to that, please. And as always, like, keep it respectful, keep it cool. Let everybody finish their take. Do not interrupt, right? Don't interrupt anybody. Let people finish their take, then you can have your take. So, just try to be respectful towards everybody. So, and I appreciate it. And folks in the chat, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Any support you give to this channel is also appreciated, and I do thank you for it. And I'm on the road to 700 subscribers, so love to get there as quickly as possible, get this channel growing. And again, I thank all of you for it. So 6 strikeouts for Thorpe. Yeah, I'd say that's a good debut for sure. No doubt. Sierra and Jacob. Oh, you two are just always going at it. Oh my goodness. Now they're bringing it to the chat. That's funny. Oh my God. All right. You guys are funny. Oh, Dominguez is going to be that lefty reliever? Oh, so we're going to bring Jason Dominguez now to be a lefty reliever. Interesting. Heard that. What our bullpen is now won't be what it is. No, it won't be. I'm sure that bullpen is going to be a lot different in August. No doubt. No doubt. D-Rod, does the closet have water tight integrity? That's funny. And Dev Finch, shout out to my guy, Dev. You've been a member for 1 month, man. Appreciate you being part of the Strike Zone crew. You're the man, dude. You're the man. So thank you for your continued support. Dev is always in the chats, man. He's always been a great supporter. So I appreciate you, Dev. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you to everybody for who has subscribed and has been supporting me since day one. I do appreciate all of you. I enjoy doing this stuff. It's great. And like I said, I'm going to continue doing it. So, because I like doing it and I enjoy baseball. I enjoy the Yankees just like the rest of you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. One thing I don't worry about is the Yanks making a good bullpen. Oh my God. That's like their specialty. That's Brian Cashman's specialty, is finding good bullpen arms. Yeah, if some of them don't work out, but for the most part, he's always done pretty well. Clay Holmes is a prime example of that. And Michael Tonkin, to me, he looks like a janitor, but and I say that jokingly, but Michael Tonkin, he got picked up on waivers, teams kept DFAing him. He got picked up. I thought he was going to be a guy that the Yankees were going to DFA as well. and they picked him up, and he's been exceptionally well. So Grandpa Tonkin, that's funny. And shout out to my guy Ken. He says, "Go kick rock, go Mets." What? Are you betraying us, Ken? Another person who's been a member for a month now. So Ken, thank you so much. You're another one, man. Always supporting me. You're a good dude, man. You're a good guy. So thank you so much, Ken. It is greatly appreciated. That's funny. Yeah, Grandpa Tonkin. I don't know. He looks like a janitor to me. Some people call him like a school principal, but I feel he looks more like a janitor, man. But shout out to Michael Tonkin. And speaking of pitchers and pitching, Garrett Cole is making his rehab start tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. Then, Aaron Boone was asked whether or not that will be his last rehab start. And he just responded with, "We'll see." So if this is Garrett Cole's last rehab start, he will probably start either in the Baltimore or the Brave series. So if I had to guess, if tomorrow is his last rehab start, right? Because Baltimore's coming into town right after Baltimore and the Yankees play the Braves. And both series are in Yankee Stadium. So Brooklyn, that's Mets. All of New York is Yankees territory. Sorry, Mets. Sorry, Ken. And I'll be honest with you, Ken. I was actually, it's funny. I was actually born in Queens. I have family in Brooklyn, but Brooklyn became home to me because of the fact that every time I kept going back to New York, which was almost, it was every single year at one point, I spent most of my time in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn just became home to me. I do like Brooklyn better than Queens. That's for sure. Queens was cool when I was growing up, but now, it's all right. But I'm definitely, I consider myself a Brooklyn guy, even though I wasn't born there. Like I said, it became home to me over the years, and I've met some great people in that borough. So shout out to Brooklyn, man. I love Brooklyn. Shout out to everybody in Brooklyn, no matter what part of Brooklyn you're from. So, I love Brooklyn. Yeah, Cole is the best pitcher on the planet. You tell him, man. If he gets to 75 pitches, it will be his last start, which I think that's what's going to be the goal for this third rehab game. I think it's going to be 75 pitches. His second rehab game, I think it was like 57. So that was his last outing. That's right. No sleep till Brooklyn. Exactly, Jake Boss. What's up, Reiki Channel? Talking is Ned Flanders. Simpsons version, yeah, no doubt. Kind of does look like Ned Flanders. Hiddly diddly do. What's cracking, Demon D? What's up? Yeah, the Yankees are unstoppable. I got my broom ready, man. Let me tell you, I got my broom ready. Yeah, little NFE and a Mets ball cap. Let me know if you find it, Ken. I'll give you a prize. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. This is great conversations that we're having. So I will put the link to the open panel. So again, what I ask is, come on up, let everybody give their take, let people, wait for everybody to give their take, let them finish their take. And then, just be respectful towards one another. Don't disrespect each other, and let's just have a good conversation. It's always, I like doing the open panels. Again, everybody brings different perspectives. D-Rod saying no sleep till Brooklyn without some brass monkey. Yeah, facts. But folks in the chat, there is the link to the open panel. I put it on there. I will invite you all up. So anybody wants to come up, let's go. And I have a Red Sox fan hat because my Uncle Brad got me for Christmas 2007. I have him joke. I got you. All right, bud. All right. Yeah, you got some different fans in your family, man. You got some Dodgers fans, Yankees fans, Red Sox fans. That's wild. But sorry, I had to take a sip of my water. Mouth was getting a little dry. But there's the link to the open panel, folks. If anybody, whoever wants to come on, let's talk. Like I said, there's always some fun conversations during the open panel. Just don't go off subject and talk about, basketball or something. I mean, I don't care if it's in the chat or whatever, but on the open panel. But yeah, there's the link there, folks. Let's come up and let's have a conversation. And for those folks that are watching on X or Twitter, come over, hit that subscribe button, join in on the conversation. I want to get more people in the chat. I want to get more people on the open panel. It's always a lot of fun, and I do enjoy it. And it looks like I have Donnie Clark in the back. What's up, Donnie? And looks like Ken will be joining us too. What's going on? Dev is saying my Uncle Brad was a Tigers fan and not a Red. Oh, okay. I got you, bud. Oh, so he was getting you a Red Sox hat just to play with you. I got you. All right, Dev. All right. Let me get Donnie to the stage here. And then I see Ken. Ken, I know you're backstage. I think you're trying to get your camera going. So see you. But Donnie, what's up?
How's it going, sir? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Cool.
Let's talk baseball.
Huh?
Let's talk some baseball.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Yankees? How they've been doing? I mean, they've been dominating against the Kansas City Royals. How do you feel about them? Overall this season? I mean, let's talk about it. And then, what are some of your trade deadline ideas? So wherever you want to start, man.
Okay, sir. I think we need some lefty reliever. Puck, Tanner Scott kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Third baseman. People are talking about Bregman and Chapman. It's going to cost a lot, obviously. I say just see what we got from the farm, but it is what it is, I guess, at that point.
Yep. And then
but you can ask me anything you want, sir.
Yeah. No, you got it. Before I do that, Ken, you ready to go? Awesome. He gave me a thumbs up. Let me get my guy, Ken. Shout out to my guy, Ken. What's up, Ken? How you doing, man?
Was inside the house. My granddaughter's running around hey, how's it going? She's running around with her little player doing Disney music and trying to dance in front of me. I was like, I got to get the hell out of here. I can't sit and talk baseball with this.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, my God. That's
her frozen stuff, Ken? Then the frozen Disney stuff?
Yeah, that's amongst some of it. But she's a 10-year-old girl, so she's starting her woman phase where she doesn't listen to shit anyhow. So.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so Ken, I want to get your thoughts on this series against the Royals, and do you have any trade deadline ideas? I know you've. I'm sure you got some ideas. Like, what do you got, man?
Well, the Royal series. Let's see.
Uh-huh.
I thought it would be a closer contest because of their pitching. I knew that their bats couldn't hold up to us because, Bobby Witt Jr., he is a fantastic player, but he can't carry that team on his back. And Salvador Perez has gotten older. I mean, you can tell he was older at his swings. He's not putting as much power into the ball. And, they've got a lot of young guys. I think within the next 2 or 3 years, they may be competing for the World Series again.
Yeah, like you, I'm a little surprised about the series. I thought it would be a split, to be honest with you. But
I did too.
Yeah, but the Yankees have been just taking it to them.
Fine.
So, and again, I'm a little surprised with that, but I'm not complaining. I'll take 3 out of 4. They won the series, so I will take that every day of the week. Let's hope for a 4-game sweep with today's game. Nestor
Well,
Cortez is on the mound, but yeah, go ahead.
there are two scary things from my perspective. The first being the amount of firepower with everybody not hitting. How many runs the Yankees are putting on the board?
Mm-hmm.
That should terrify any team that we face, including the freaking Orioles.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because we weren't hitting when we played them the last time. We're going to our house with our freaking pitching staff. Their pitching staff is depleted. They're in big trouble. The thing that I'm worried about from the Yankees is the crap performance out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the earlier, right? I think that's going to be something that they're going to have to address at the deadline. So I think they get one or two arms, particularly one lefty, one righty is what I'm thinking. But I want to get your thoughts on that, and then I'll get your thoughts too, Donnie, momentarily.
Well, right now, our bullpen is ranked second in ERA in the majors, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
We're ranked 22nd in the strikeout rate, which is crap.
Right.
We do not have any power arms whatsoever in the bullpen. So an acquisition for a left or right-handed pitcher that has velocity on it. Somebody that would preferably be used as like a setup type person for Clay Holmes. The Marlins have a plethora of pitchers that fit that profile type that we could pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I think whoever we get from them is going to cost us, though. So it's looking at what prospects we want to freaking not have. The other one that I've seen in a couple of articles, non-pitcher related, has been Jazz Chisholm. And looking at his numbers, his versatility of playing outfield and second base, plus he's got 2 ARB years left. So you got him for a little bit of time if you care to make the trade or a combo trade, including one of the relievers and possibly the second baseman. Did you happen to see that the Seattle pitcher Brian Wu is going for an MRI on his elbow?
Yeah, I saw that. He's hurt, or he's potentially hurt, so he might be out for the season.
Well,
we'll see. But yeah,
because Seattle is in the hunt for a playoff spot, they're going to gum up pitching, starting and relief pitching. So we'll be fighting with them. If you look at the Orioles need starting and bullpen help on both sides.
Yeah, they do.
And the problem that we have with the Orioles is they got so many damn prospects that are almost major league ready. They can outbid us at will.
Oh, I mean, the Orioles have the farm system. I mean, they have the number 1 farm system in all of baseball, so that's the advantage that they have over the Yankees. I mean, you bring up an excellent point there as far as making trades.
I think that the Orioles will target starting pitching to begin with.
Yeah.
And that may eat some of their prospects where we're in a better position to go for the relief guys.
Yeah. So real quick, Donnie, let me get your thoughts
about what Ken was. Is it Ken, right?
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah, Ken. I think that Tanner Scott is good for Miami or AJ Puck.
So you like Andrew Nardi or AJ Puck?
Yeah, Puck. Yep, or Tanner Scott.
And there was another topic that people talk about with the first and third base. What do you think the Yankees should do there?
I don't know. I don't think we should trade for Bregman, NFE. I don't think we should trade for Chapman either. I thought about maybe Chapman, but I don't know. I just think we should maybe keep in-house at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about and actually real quick before I give my take, a couple of folks I want to read some comments here. So D-Rod is saying hell no to Jazz. He's a clubhouse cancer and he's never played one full season in his career, always hurt. He's got more mouth than talent. And Joan and a couple of people have been saying that his MRI came back clean for Brian Wu. So thanks for that, guys. I guess his MRI is good. And, you know, as far as like first and third base, I think, look, first base, I think if they were to make some sort of move, I think it's going to be from the farm. And, you know, I know we've talked about it. I know Ken is, you know, we've kind of gone back and forth on this, but Ben Rice, you know, his name keeps getting brought up. You know,
Rumfield, right? Rumfield too.
Rumfield's another one. Neither one is on the 40-man roster, but the Yankees have to make some room for him. But, you know, I'm not sure what the Yankees do there. You know, I know they got Rizzo, but he's kind of been in a little bit of a funk. You know, I don't know if I could see them moving DJ over there and have him and Rizzo platoon first base, but you know, and then have Cabrera play third. John Birdie's out for a little while. You know, they put him. I don't think he'll be back till like July or so. But you know, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
What do you think, Ken?
Well, I know that the Rice and Rumfield have been beat to death. Frankly, those kids aren't ready to be in the major leagues. Rice has got 7 or 8 games at AAA under his belt. Maybe a talented hitter, and I don't really give a damn about that. Can he fill the position? In 8 games, he hasn't learned how to be a first baseman, and that is a truly skilled position. I don't know about the defensive rating on Rumsfeld. I can't see him being that much better. I don't think you're going to find a capable fielder better than Rizzo right now. And the guys that they've got out on the open market, there is no chance in hell that I would trade for Alonso, Goldschmidt. Everyone has been talking about Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks. They are not. They are not going to let him go. That guy is number 2 for home runs on their team. He is a spectacular defensive first baseman, and they've got room on their salary cap to keep him. I can't remember who the fourth one was. Might have been one of the Giants' first basemen, but I don't really care for most of the Giants players to begin with.
You talk about Chapman possibly coming over, you're saying?
The Yankees don't need Matt Chapman.
We don't need Chapman, though.
Yeah.
What is your net gain with Chapman?
No, people were talking about that before in chats. Sorry.
You're gonna get a better defensive product, but his hitting isn't going to be any better than Cabrera, or Birdie when he comes back. So
people just talk about Ken in chat. So
yeah, and
of course.
Real quick, hold that thought, gentlemen. I got Sunil in the back. I'm gonna invite him up. Ready to come up, bro? Sweet. He gave me the salute. Welcome, Sunil.
Another troublemaker.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm always that one.
That's
my middle name.
Look, I know a lot of people are talking about guys like Ben Rice. Look, he's doing well. He's playing well at the minors, right? But it's always a different story when you bring up a player to the major league level. I mean, we saw the Orioles do that with Jackson Holiday, and it didn't exactly work out. Then they sent them back down. But in my opinion, I think it was way too early to bring him up. I think they rushed him.
I was going to say Hanafi. I was agreeing with you 100%.
Yeah, and I hope they're not. I don't want guys like Rumfield or Ben Rice being rushed. Although I'm wondering what the Yankees are gonna do with all this cashing that they have, because they have so many players, they have so many people in that position now, so many players in that position. So, I mean, I'm still in the belief that they could use Ben Rice in a trade package, but we'll see. But Ken also brought up something too. With these trades that the Yankees could make, it's going to cost them some prospects.
Exactly.
Who are you willing to give up? That's the big question.
That's the question. You get up Pereira, Peraza, probably Warren, Ramirez, pretty much Augustine, right?
Yeah, I think the Yankees value Ramirez though, and as far as Pereira, he's blocked. I mean, he could be traded. Peraza is another guy. Unfortunately, I think he could be traded. Patrick, I know Ben Rice is not Jackson Holiday, but the point is, it's just they're both. I'm saying they're different players, granted, but they're you don't want to rush these guys and bring them up and then send them back down. I'm just let them continue developing. That's my thing on it. But again, everybody has differing opinions on this. But
Jackson Holiday is an example, but the Yankees have had epic fails for guys that have come out of the minor leagues that have killed it.
Yeah,
Esteban Florial could blast balls left and right in the minor leagues, but when he came up to the majors, he never got the knack of it. I mean,
what about Andujar? Andujar as well, right? Andujar.
And yeah. You look at the redheaded kid that we got from Cleveland, Clint Frazier.
Frazier, yeah.
He was killing it in the minors, but he couldn't hack it in the majors hitting.
Yeah, that's the narrative of the 4A player. You've got Florial, who couldn't quite make it with us, but then he seems to be quasi thriving in Cleveland.
Yes, Sunil, what are let's get your thoughts, man, on this series against the Yankees or against the Royals. Overall, how with Yankees in general, and your trade deadline ideas, like what are you thinking?
Well, I know the Royals year over year always play us well, and they seem to play us tough. I'm kind of surprised with their above 500 record. It's not really much of a competition so far. I mean, the first game was close 4-2. Rodon pitched. He gave up maybe a run or whatever. But then the next run came off the bullpen. 2 nights ago, it was basically a fireworks show, 10-1.
Yep.
And then last night was more of the same. I'm not really too confident about Nestor's outing today, because Nestor has had problems on the road factually.
Let me hold that thought. There's a little bit of noise coming from somebody. Yeah. I don't know who. So if we can lower that, please, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So basically, so I'm not really confident on Nestor's outing today. He might either get a no decision or an L. Yankees, offensively will just have swinging as they always had in order to sweep. But I'll still take 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
As far as trade deadline ideas, let's see where the Cubs land. Right now, they're half a game out of the last wild card spot in the NL, behind the San Francisco Giants. If they fall further back, if you see them as being sellers, do you perhaps try to see if they're going to eat much of Cody Bellinger's deal and to trade him as a backup for first base?
You saying the Yankees trade for Cody Bellinger?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
That's probably gonna cost you like a Spencer Jones or a Jason Dominguez. Possibly, and that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of money to be taken on. Mm-hmm. I respect the take, but for me personally, that's a hard no.
Trade capital, it's going to cost. There's repercussions to both sides: eating money versus trade capital.
Right.
So, that would be the problem with the Bellinger acquisition. Is his pure salary.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
being a
for us to acquire Bellinger,
mm-hmm.
we would have to put frontline prospects in there for the Cubs to eat his money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then we take already salary too on top of it.
Well, Yeah, I mean, we could try to do one of those deals where, what we did with Stanton as far as, but then again, capital on both sides. The other
Well,
option, yeah, the other option, who was that first baseman DH that was basically cut by the Astros, former Chicago White Sox? I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. They got him last year.
Abreu.
Abreu, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You take a flyer on him, basically. I mean, it's one of those flyer contracts. Because I know right now our first base options are really DJ and Rizzo. But
Well,
then
we got
again,
Rumfield and Rice we talked about too, right?
well, Rumfield is down in the minor leagues, and the popular consensus is him and Rice are not, fully developed and ready to come. So, we can kind of leave that out.
Cabrera's taking reps at first also.
Ozzy Cabrera. Yeah.
Oswald.
He's
Yeah.
talking about Oswaldo, yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as the Cody Bellinger thing, D-Rod adds Yanks will sign Bellinger next year if he opts out if they want him. No prospects involved, only money. But
Yeah.
Howell has also gone on record to say that he's trying to be below the payroll. So
NFE.
I don't. What was that?
The 300 million is trying to go under, right?
Yeah, because he's
the Cohen tax threshold.
Yeah, the Cohen. Yeah, because he even said, it's not sustainable, which he's right. It's not sustainable. And, before anybody gets to me, if anybody, I don't think anybody will attack me here, but people want to talk about, the Yankees make all this money, but it's like, but there's still a business involved. I mean, Ken has talked about it.
Still,
there's a lot of expenses with this organization. They can't just willy nilly just buy or get every player that they want. It's a different story.
They want to sign Soto for that 14 years. I say 660. I said in the other show, 660. They're gonna have to ante up. Hal's gonna have to, right?
Well, for Soto, he's gonna do everything he can to sign him back, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, other teams will be in the running.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
We were arguing on other shows. Sorry, honestly, there was other shows saying that the Yankees aren't gonna Mets are gonna match him. Like, are they gonna really match Hal's offer? Does he really want to go to the Mets compared to the Yankees, kind of thing? Yeah, I mean.
I mean, from a sheer Soto perspective, the Yankee team that he's playing with is the best all-around ball club he's been with in his career.
100%, Ken.
He has sustainability to form a true dynasty with New York. This guy would be celebrated from the hilt if he brought multiple World Series to the Bronx. Going over to Mets, those guys are screwed up as Hogan's goat. They're about to start fire selling their people. Soto would show up as the only damn player on that team.
Yeah,
he should have stayed with the Nationals if he wanted to do that and take their $400 million contract.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's setting himself up to be a king in New York.
And Ken, to get in Monument Park, like when A-Rod went there the other day and they made fun of him, I guess it was one of the shows, like, A-Rod, you get better. He said Poppy got a better chance to be a Monument Park than he does. It's like, but yeah, Soto could be a Monument Park though.
Yeah. But I want to get to Juice Man's comment here, and then I want to get to Spinning Mantis's comment here, because these are good questions. This is a good statement. This is a good question. I think we have some ideas here with this question, but Juice Man's saying we can't have dead spots at first base and third base, which I'm not disagreeing with that, but he says I think we target a third base, which leaves Rizzo, DJ for first base. We can't risk DJ getting hurt and stuck with Oswaldo Cabrera starting. So, Juice Man, I want to ask you, who do you want for third base?
Right.
And folks in the chat, who's a good option for third base?
And along the line of this question, I want to throw it around here as well as a part C to this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have somebody who's ready down at AA, AAA for third base, like a Caleb Durbin or somebody?
No, Caleb Durbin is more of a second baseman, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Spinning Mantis' question, who plays second base next year. the Yankees have some options. I mean, Glaber is not going to be the second baseman next year, so it could be Durbin. It could be
Vivas. Vivas.
Yeah.
He could be another option.
Send both of those guys to the AFL in the fall and get them ready.
So it could be one of those guys. But folks in the chat, let me know. Durbin is hurt. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Rob. And shout out to my guy Rob. What's up, Rob?
What's going on, my 5,000 year old?
Sorry, Rob. I just said Durbin's hurt too, and Rob just followed up. I thought he was hurt too.
Yeah. No, I knew he was. Yeah, I knew he was hurt. So,
Rob, that's my friend. That's my friend who's 5,000 years younger than me.
Yeah, Rob, if you want to come up, man, you're always welcome to. You know that, bro.
Rob.
So I think for second base, you basically got to try to put all your chips in the develop Vivas, efforts between him and Durbin. One of those has got to be ready by spring training 2025.
For Vivas?
Yeah, for Torres' replacement, because I don't see Torres coming back, even if he does get a QO.
Yeah, and Damian brings up Luis Rengifo from the Angels. That's a name that I've heard a lot too.
I don't know about former Angel players though. I'm very skeptical there.
Why?
I mean, the whole culture around that team just doesn't really scream out to me that this is going to be the cream of the crop. A lot of the players that generally tend to go there, see Anthony Rendon for an example, they generally either have the mentality of baseball is something they don't really care about, which Rendon has publicly said, or they're generally, middle of the pack type players. I mean, I know we don't need a superstar at every position, but is he really the type that's going to thrive when the lights are bright? I mean, in Bronx, the pinstripes are heavy and the lights are bright.
Yes. How many years
you're breaking up, Donnie.
You're breaking up pretty good there, dude.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
We're okay.
You hear me now?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
How many good years has Rendon had though in Anaheim though?
Not very many. I mean, his has kind of been like it's been a roller coaster at best.
Yeah, and Damian, I want to say something about this. He's saying, "What's there to be skeptical of? He's homegrown for the Angels and having a career year." Listen, look, as far as the Angels organization, there's been a lot of question marks about that organization, but maybe sometimes a change of scenery could be good for a player. And I wouldn't mind a guy like Rengifo, to be honest with you. And not to mention, look, we heard a bunch of crap about Alex Verdugo, but look at how he's doing with the Yankees. He just didn't like being on the Red Sox, so
I can't blame him about Boston.
Well, I'm just saying, so, and Rengifo, I mean, I'm just looking at his contract. I mean, he's under control for this year, next year, and he's not a free agent until 2026. So, I mean, maybe the Yankees do target him. He's 27 right now. So,
do we have players down in the minors that basically fit his profile that we could otherwise be using?
Not yet.
Yeah, they're still young.
That was a discussion that I had with Jason, right, with his proposal about bringing McMahon in. I didn't think that they wanted to keep a third baseman long term because the guys coming up blocking them. Rengifo was actually one of the people that I suggested was probably an equal fit, which would cost less. Rengifo is a solid glove guy. He's hitting over 300. I saw him play last night against the Diamondbacks, and his performance was exceptional.
Is it Rengifo?
Rengifo.
Rengifo.
Pretty much. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I've been saying it. So unless he says something different.
If that's not how it's pronounced, then the freaking announcers for the Diamondbacks game last night got it wrong.
Announcers say what their names aren't, kind of thing.
Well, talking just a real quick 30 seconds on announcers getting names wrong. I had a bunch of friends of mine who are Met fans basically shitting on Michael Kay for calling Jeff McNeil Jeff O'Neill during the London series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
Anyway,
like, well, and I threw three examples back at them. Basically, the Mets announcers mistaking a cat for a dog. They called Shane Bieber. They called him Justin Bieber. That's another one. I mean, the number of hits out there on this topic are endless. After
yeah,
that, they basically just completely quiet down. After that,
I was gonna say too. No, nosebleed section. I'm just trying to find his comment.
hmm
Where was it? Because I did like his comment. He said that Vivas can play second next year, and then they could bring up Peraza for third. I just don't know if there's even a plan for Peraza,
hmm
to be honest with you. So, and Spinning Mantis is saying Renfro is a different player from Renhefo.
hmm
Okay.
Rengifo.
All right. Yeah. So
They,
So
they
D
pronounce it Hefro, or they pronounce it Renifro. I don't know how they pronounce
it's
it.
probably Renhefo because I know the G can be
Renifo, yeah,
silent in Spanish,
yeah.
but
I think that's the way the Angels announcers are pronouncing it that way.
yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to stress about that, but
No, no, nothing to
yeah.
stress about at all.
But D-Rod is saying nosebleed. That's right. Forget about Peraza. He can be better than Cabrera if he stays healthy. But the thing is, though, Peraza's not. He's also not hitting. I know
Mhm.
that he's not hitting at the minors. So that's another issue. So I don't know about
Well,
you guys, but I think I was gonna say I
I,
don't think the
I
Yankees have a
suspect
plan for Peraza.
I suspect that the plan for Peraza is going to be contained in a trade package.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong there. I'm right there.
I don't think he'll be on the roster next year. So
Mhm. As far as the immediate solutions for the infield, um, let's say if you get a knock your socks off type of trade package at the deadline for Torres, hypothetically, DJ and Rizzo are your platoon at first base. You can move Cabrera to second base. That leaves third base as the gap to be filled. That we would probably either work a solution from AAA or we would have to trade for. That's a binary situation there. How would you address that?
Well, Torres is not getting traded.
hmm
That's number one. That guy is not getting traded. That guy's not. I don't think he's even going to get benched, even with some of his poor play. At times, not all the time, but at times.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's not happening. So
hmm
Torres is not. He's not going nowhere. They're going to let him play out his they're going to let him play out his contract. He's not going nowhere. And I know, and I saw Maz's comment that he's probably not going to get a QO, which I don't think he will get a QO. The
I
Yankees. The
100%.
Yankees are going to let him walk. He's going to sign elsewhere. Where that is, I don't know, but there's no way.
Reunion with the Cubs, maybe.
Who knows? At this point, it could be a lot of. There's a lot of teams out there that I'm sure would be
Mhm.
interested. Yeah, it could be the Cubs. Who knows? As far as first base, it's probably going to be a platoon of DJ and LeMahieu,
Correct.
which
DJ
that does leave
Rizzo.
DJ and Rizzo. Sorry.
Mhm.
And then third base, I mean, it does leave third base open. You could put,
Yes.
you got Cabrera there. John Birdie, unfortunately, he's hurt. I
Yeah.
mean, I think the Yankees make a trade for a third baseman. Who that may be, I don't know. I don't think it's going to, as much as I would like Ryan McMahon, I don't think it's going to be Ryan McMahon. Renhefo or Rengifo, however you say his name. I think it's Renhefo, but
Yeah.
either way,
H.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
G is an H. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what D-Rock put in the chat.
Yeah. So, he could be an option. And, Rob is saying that Renhefo is a good option, very solid player, and it shouldn't cost too much. Yeah, it's not gonna cost, if we're talking about trading, it's not gonna cost as much as it would for a Ryan McMahon. It's
And
for
I,
Ryan McMahon, it's gonna cost way more, and he's a cheaper option than Ryan McMahon. So he's getting paid just a little over $4 million, where Ryan McMahon is getting paid over just a little over 11, which McMahon's contract is not that bad. But I like, if we're talking on money, I'd go the Renhefo route personally.
yeah, and then I just wanted to, clarify that I got nothing, to say for or against Renifo. I just had my, um, you know, concerns and whatnot against organizational development. That's the only thing I brought up. Rengifo, I have no doubt he could be a solid option. Like everybody's in the chat. I have no disagreements. Just wanted to throw that out there. And I like what D-Rod wrote about Rengifo could be the next Ronald Torres. A platoon player off the bench, basically, at middle infield or third base.
It's a possibility. What Ken, Donnie, one of you guys have any help on this?
What do you think?
Me personally, I don't think that Rizzo, Torres, or Cabrera are hurting the team significantly enough to make a trade. Their bats are not hurting the team. Torres is actually coming around. If I'm spending bullets, to shore up that goddamn bullpen.
I would address the bullpen first before the bats. Absolutely, that's number
and
one.
Speaking of the bullpen, what's Efros's timeline? Is he still a ways away?
July is what I'm reading.
And
Efros is
something like that.
Efros is throwing bullpens right now.
Yeah.
He hasn't faced any live pitching yet. And honestly, you don't know what you're getting back with Efros.
Right.
Hanley was supposed to be one of the chosen few that secured the pen, and he has looked horrible coming out of his rehab.
Ken, I wouldn't rush him. I wouldn't rush him like I wouldn't rush Martian either.
But
I freaking hate robocalls.
They're
it's
the
like
worst.
The sixth robocall I've had in 5 minutes.
D-Rod, I have to pull up this comment because I need a laugh. But Torres got to have dirty pics of Cash for Boone. Only way to explain he's still playing.
I can't disagree.
Only you would say
on
something
this
like that.
As much as D-Rod and I have been, back and forth up on it, I can't disagree with that one.
D-Rod's got all the pictures in the closet. He's got all the pictures in the closet. He's pulling every picture out when he comes out.
That's funny. And then Rob is saying here, Yankees are going to look to move some of the Rule 5 guys at the deadline. Yeah, probably. I mean, some guys are going to get traded. I mean, let's be honest. And D-Rod brought up.
And those are guys they probably can't protect. I would imagine.
Yeah,
putting in
probably not.
Yeah. Like Whitlock. Whitlock went to Boston, right?
Huh?
Whitlock, remember Whitlock?
Garrett Whitlock. Yeah.
Oh, Garrett Whitlock. Yeah. No, look, as far as prospects go, I mean, the Yankees are not going to be able to keep all these guys, and not all of them are going to make it up to the major league roster. At least with the Yankees, they won't. So there's certain guys that they're gonna keep. There's a few of them that are still too young to come up right now. They're still in the development stage, but as far as the Yankees offense goes, I agree with Ken. The Yankees offense is doing great. They're doing fine. I feel like maybe if they do, they'll address. Maybe they'll get one bat, but I think the bullpen is more important here.
Who is Spinning Mantis talking about saying Candelario will be available?
Candelario? Is he talking about Heimer Candelario? Yeah, he's talking about Heimer Candelario. Reds are 7 games.
That was the name that was coming to my mind. I wasn't very clear. Yeah, that's right.
Reds are 7 games with a 500 record. I mean, we'll continue the conversation, but I'm just going to look up his contract right
Nationals, Candelario?
No, he's a Red.
Heimer Candelario, yeah, since he Reds. Yeah. Oh, and here's another idea. I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I already know amongst Yankee fans this is going to be a very unpopular opinion.
Oh boy!
If the Reds are out of it by the deadline, out of the playoff contention, or
don't say Jonathan India.
No. I'm not even.
Yeah, Ken will come after you.
Do you add pitching depth and bringing back Montas?
No.
Hell no.
No. Dude.
I told you this was going to be an unpopular opinion.
I will kick you
off.
No,
why bring that Montage?
You will never be allowed on this panel again.
That was like the
Um,
LA. That would be like the LA Yankee King of LA Yankee King trades.
but yeah. So Rob is saying that they'll target a cheap third base option and a cheap bullpen arm or two. Yo, Rob. So what are some names that you have in mind? Let me know. I know you said Renhefo wouldn't be a bad option. Um,
Agreed,
so
Damien.
what names you got, bro? Let me know. And Damien, yeah, exactly. Sunil not
No,
only is like
I said it. I said it myself. It's unpopular. It's probably horrible. Damien, I don't disrespect Damien's opinions. Damien's and opinions and mine, we're usually on the same wavelength.
yeah.
I just threw that just to be a devil's advocate. That's all. And Tanner Scott for the bullpen, yes, all day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rob is saying Tanner Scott. I mean, that's a name that's been mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him. That's a popular name, no doubt.
Andrew Nardi.
Yeah, Nardi would be a guy I would want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nardi would be a guy I want. I just don't know. Again, I don't know what the Marlins would ask for. I know the Marlins are definitely going to be sellers because there's no way they're making it to the playoffs.
About
But
Puck NFE, what do you think Puck's going to cost?
That's LI's favorite guy.
yeah, LI's favorite. Puck is not bad actually. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
See, here's what you do for your pitching. You trade for Puck, Patrick Corbin, Robbie Ray, and you call it a day.
Stop.
Go on, I know you're trying to LI. Come on.
Stop. In all seriousness, I think Puck is I think he's a good option, but I do like Tanner Scott. I do like Nardi. Those wouldn't be bad. I mean, Renhefo wouldn't be a bad option. He's an inexpensive option as far if we're talking about bats.
Right.
I know they brought up Candelario's name was brought up, but he's got some years of control. He's got a club. There's a club option for 2027. He's a free. If they don't pick up his club option, then he's a free agent. If they do pick it up, he's a free agent in 2028. But he's getting paid $15 million a year. I don't know about you guys, but
it's good money.
Yeah.
Well,
Nardi's struggling this year, but
I tell you an option.
Mm-hmm.
The Diamondbacks, they're going to make a push for the postseason.
Wow.
They're about to get Zach Gallen, their number one pitcher, back from the IL. They're about to get Merrill Kelly, their number two pitcher, back from the IL. They're about to add Erod into their rotation for the first time. So they're going to have a solid front three with Brandon Pfaadt. So they've actually got four really good starting pitchers. Alec Thomas, their center fielder, has been on the DL pretty much the entire season. He's fixing to come back. They just got their shortstop yesterday, or day before. Perdomo came back, and that guy looked fantastic. Where the Diamondbacks are going to have an excess at is a kid by the name of Pavin Smith. Pavin Smith is a outfielder and a first baseman, and he's a left-handed hitter.
okay.
I don't think that the acquisition cost for him would be high. He could be a person that would solidify your first base spot. And I don't know what his years of control are, but I think there's at least two or three.
What's his name?
Pavin Smith. Pavin Smith.
Pavin Smith. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. And Rob brings up a good point about Nardi. You say Nardi is struggling this year, but has good strikeout numbers, which makes him a perfect Blake project. I agree with Rob on this one. I mean, Matt Blake again, he does really well with some of these pitchers. I mean, he's done a good job with Tonkin so far. He's done a good job.
Like a 4 or 5 ERA though. Like
who's that?
Like for Nardi.
I believe so. Again, I'd have to look that up.
But if you look at Holmes, when he started with Blake, he was like 5.56.
Yeah, I remember that.
it was Blake analyzing and utilizing his strengths as opposed to getting beat on his secondary pitches.
5.04. Thank you, Rob. So
Yeah.
5.04 ERA.
I just found
It's high, but I mean, that's something that Matt Blake could work with, and
Mhm.
you saw that with Clay Holmes. He had a high 5 ERA when they traded for him, and look how well he's doing right now. He's our closer. So, and
Career
Juiceman,
though, he's a 4.36 on ERA,
yeah,
and his WHIP is 1.41 for his career.
and Juiceman saying that Rizzo's performing 22% below the average MLB player. What are your thoughts on that, Ken? I know you were saying that
22% offensively. Is that where that metric is coming from?
I want to say offensively, but Juiceman, if you want to clarify, I don't want to say. And then he's like, I'll take Nardi. Holmes came over with, yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying, Damien. Yeah, absolutely. I would take I would take Nardi. Why not? Matt Blake could work with him. Which, speaking of Matt Blake, go ahead.
The interesting thing about Blake, Blake and Cole actually, with Luke Weaver, they changed his four-seam grip and have turned him into the pitcher that he is this year, just by changing a grip on the damn ball. If you've got good stuff up front, Blake can make the corrections to make you a more effective pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Weaver, I remember it was funny because when the Yankees signed him this offseason, it was hilarious because they, some fans were like, Luke Weaver, like, that's not a World Series move. And I'm like, watch this guy pitch and he's gonna make all of you look silly. I stand corrected. And he's looked fantastic this season. I like Luke Weaver. He's one of our best pieces in the bullpen for sure. So he's definitely a bright spot.
So basically, he could be, if you make the '90s analogy, he could be that Ramiro Mendoza type out of the pen, swing man, long man type. And then, What do you think about, if you talk about in analogical terms, if you actually pull off that trade for a Rengifo, do you basically equate this to be what they did in '09 with Jerry Hairston Jr. as a utility guy? Remember the Jerry Hairston Jr. trade?
What you're looking to do in a playoff run is improve your margins.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be significantly, and a utility player could do that. So that might be a pretty decent analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Does somebody have a dog?
Yeah, I got two of them. Sorry, Ken.
I keep hearing dog whimpering. I'm like,
yeah,
my dog isn't here.
Yeah, hold on. I'll go outside. Sorry, Ken. Sorry. Can you
Yeah,
hear me now, sir? Sorry.
No worries.
I was gonna say something about what's about Matt Blake real quick. I don't know if you guys caught that episode when he was on Foul Territory.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of questions about Luis Hill. We were all wondering about the rotation. He said that Luis Hill is not on an innings limit. So you heard it straight from him. But they're gonna monitor him. So they're still gonna pay attention to him, keep an eye on him. Huh?
It's for stress, how many stressful innings he's got and how he comes out of it and things like that. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that they would do with any other young pitcher. I mean, when you put an innings limit on somebody, say 125 innings, that's just an arbitrary damn number. That's not anything based on science or fact.
I agree.
So doing the measurements on his recovery time as time lengthens is actually a solid way to do it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just there was a lot of back and forth because at the time there was a lot of folks that were thinking that he was going to be put back in the bullpen to save it, to save his arm, to save his innings. But that would be silly if they took him out of the rotation because he's been the ace in Cole's absence.
The only area that I would have concern with Hill is if he started approaching 150 innings.
Right.
Yeah, and the template for that I would use is basically trying to stretch Nestor like he did 2 years ago. He did make the All-Star team. He did have very good numbers, but health is altogether a different issue when you get somebody into a different routine than what they've been to in their recent past. And now Hill has been a starter in the minor leagues, but I don't have his durations, how long he's been pitching in games throughout his minor league career. I know he's been stretched out, so maybe the concern like we had on Nestor isn't as pronounced here, by virtue of that. But he's still coming back from TJ.
His ceiling of innings pitched in the minors was 93 or 94 in a season.
94 pitches? 94 innings.
94 innings.
Oh,
yeah. And Hill is 2 years removed from that Tommy John surgery.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I would tend to be less worried about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but still, you ease the guy back is the popular consensus.
Yeah, and Juice Man is saying when Cole returns, we should skip Hill's start.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
No.
I don't know about that, but
no.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, he's making his third rehab start tomorrow, and I mentioned it earlier in the stream. Boone was asked if that would be his last rehab start. I know Ken is shaking his head no, and Boone just said we'll see.
His rehab start is today.
I thought it was tomorrow.
In AAA?
Yeah.
Would Garrett Cole?
Garrett Cole should be pitching today because his last rehab was last Friday.
Yeah, five-man rotation thing. Yep. Okay.
Okay, I thought it was tomorrow. So either way, whether it's today or tomorrow, I'm just what do you guys think? You think one more rehab start after this, or what are we thinking?
I think after the All-Star break, NFC. I think we'll go after All-Star break.
You're saying what?
After All-Star break.
I think he'll come back sooner than that, just based on how he's progressing. I mean, if I had to guess, honestly, I predicted All-Star break, but I think he's going to come back sooner than that.
Joan is saying it's tomorrow, so I don't know. We have conflicting.
Yeah, Joan is saying it's tomorrow. Yeah, I thought it was Friday. That's what
Okay.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, I'm aware. But
I wouldn't rush him though. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't rush him.
It wouldn't surprise me if his first start came in the Subway Series, though.
Against the Mets.
Yeah.
Yep.
That before the All-Star break?
That is before.
Yeah.
It's in June 25th, 26th.
25th and 26th. 25th and 26th of June. And,
yes. So go ahead.
My original thought is on his normal pitching schedule, he would pitch the 26th game.
Yeah. So that's what I thought, Joan. He did pitch Sunday, so it is Friday. I looked it up too. So he is pitching tomorrow. His third rehab start will be with AAA Scranton, and that was reported by Max Goodman. So he's pitching tomorrow. That's what I thought. So
okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, whether it's today or tomorrow, the main question is, will this be his last rehab start, or does he have one more and then come back? Because I'd say go ahead.
My bet is he's probably capped for 75 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
In tomorrow's start, I'd be surprised if he got over 65.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll if not 75, I think he'll be prediction, right? I don't know, but he might push 70. I could see 70, but because he pitched 57 in his second rehab game, so I mean 75 is not unrealistic. It's only 18 more pitches. But
54.
he pitched 54.
Yeah.
All right, so 20 more. Let's just call it 21. So, it's not unrealistic, but we'll see what happens. And Joan is saying I think Cole makes a decision after start. I mean, Cole, he'll say that he's ready. He might, but ultimately that's going to be Boone's call. That's going to be the medical staff's call. So, I mean, they're still going to, make that final decision. But I'm just happy that he's making progress. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm happy that he's making some progress. So happy to see that. Hopefully he continues making progress. There's no setbacks with him. I'm excited to have him back. I know that much.
Oh yeah.
Excited to have the ace back. So, well, yeah. But I'm gonna probably wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes, though. So, anything else you guys want to add, and anything else anybody in the chat wants to add, let me know. Again, I appreciate you all jumping on. You guys can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with anybody you know. Any support you give to this channel is greatly appreciated. I thank all of you for that. You guys and gals are awesome. So thank you. But
I've been posting out everybody I know. I tell them to come and join your show, subscribe to it, and like it.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. But yeah, any final thoughts, guys? Anything else you guys want to add before we close out?
So early on Cole's return, how long do you think he's basically going to go in every game, innings wise, or by pitch count?
When he gets back?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they'll probably have him go. I mean, just a prediction, I think 60 to 70 pitches.
Yeah.
Back at the big level?
At the big league level, yeah, just to ease him back in.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have him go 100.
Let's say, in his AAA start, he's going to go 75. So you're thinking they're not going to go much above that?
Nah, because it's gonna change at the major league level, right? I mean, those guys that he pitches to at the minor league level, it's gonna be a little different. But
Juice Man and Joan are saying 90. Now I would have tended to be between like 75 and 85.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's we'll see what happens when he makes his season debut. Yeah. But Ken, any final words?
Well, I think we probably said about all that needs to be said.
I think so.
Go Yankees! Kick the Royals' ass today.
That's right. Cool, guys. Yeah, we'll just close it out with that. Let's hope the Yankees can sweep. Take 4 games. After this series, they're going to go play against the Boston Red Sox at Fenway.
What do we see for score predictions today? This afternoon?
Well, let's call it. I'll just say 12-4, just based on how these games are going. We'll go 12-4. Why not? There you go, 12-4. But
who's pitching today for Royals though? I haven't seen.
Alec Marsh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, folks in the chat, everybody who jumped on the open panel, thank you for jumping on. I do greatly appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. As always, I do, again, appreciate each and every one of you. You guys all bring something to the table, all you guys and gals. So we're all going to have different opinions, but I do appreciate the opinions. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop you guys down real quick. Appreciate you guys jumping on as always. And I'll talk to you guys soon here. But folks in the chat, thank you for coming on. I'm going to close it out. And I will see you all next time.